Alright guys, well you already know what we're doing today, baby. Cutting up some fenders, man. Making some heat escapes because, I mean, what else is there to say other than race car, brother? Okay, now I've seen a lot of DIY videos on YouTube for doing these fender cutouts, but none of them are specifically for the EF chassis, okay? So, like I've seen them for 350Zs, for other models of Civics, but none for the actual EF. And I think that the method that I want to do in order to make these cutouts, I'm not 100% sure that they're gonna work, man. So, I'm gonna get one of these fenders bolted up, and then I'll go over with you guys my plan and explain to you why it is I think we might run into a problem. Oh shit! Don't worry about the alignment or the panel gap here. Right now, this is most certainly something we're gonna have to figure out before the fenders are obviously mounted on permanently. I'll make sure to get this closed up and get all this lining up a lot better than what it does. But it looks good with the fender on the car. I mean, it obviously needs to be color matched, but I'm excited, man. Okay, now as for what it is I'm worried about with doing this cut and just kind of folding it in, the other ones that I've seen done, like the 350Z, the fender is just smooth right here, or even like the EJ or EG Civics, the fender is just smooth right here. It doesn't have all these body lines going on, you know what I'm saying? So my idea here is to just obviously cut along here, and then I want to cut a section down here, leaving a part of the fender because I don't want it to go all the way down, because I'll be running side skirts right here. You know, I need a section down here for stability, basically. But what I'm worried about is when we cut here and here, if this is going to actually fold in properly, I feel like it's going to make this edge bulge out and stick out farther than the door, or it's just going to completely lose its shape. I don't know, dude. I feel like this isn't going to fold in the way that I'm imagining it doing it. So, but we're gonna try. Now, there is a little lip on the back side of the fender, so if I was to cut this all the way up until this end, it's not gonna completely dismantle this section from this. There's still a lip on the back side that I'm gonna try to maintain so that this thing is still all one piece. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and probably tape this off a little bit more, maybe cover the car with some plastic, just something more to keep it safe, because I'm gonna actually cut this on the car. I know, that sounds scary as fuck, don't it? But, whew, I'm nervous, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna be careful. Alright, that's better. I know, I covered the entire car. The whole thing! I mean, wouldn't you? Alright, now what I got here is just a standard grinder. I know it's only a DeWalt brand. It's not nothing fancy like a Milwaukee or something, but it'll do. It's gonna work with what we got, because this is light duty stuff. If you're not aware of what I'm doing there, throwing shade towards Ray, bro. Racer Ray, that you haven't seen in forever. That's because he's a punk. What I have on here is a polycarbide abrasive wheel. Basically what you use this for is just eating the shit out of paint, bro, and not eating the shit out of metal, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use this really quick and just kind of get all the paint off of the fender in the areas that we're gonna be cutting. In order to weld, you don't want there to be paint on there, so while the fender is all one piece, before I cut it up and turn it into a floppy piece of metal, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the paint off now, because it's gonna be a lot easier. time to go ahead and start cutting. The exciting part, right? So I'm taking that guy off of there and I'm gonna put a cutting disc on. And I know this cutting disc is a little bit gone, but at the moment this is the only one I've got. This one and one that is just way too freaking big that I'll probably cut my fingers off with. So if this doesn't work, I'll probably have to run to the store to go grab a new one, but I think there's enough on here to get done what we need to do. And now on this top one, obviously I'm just gonna cut a straight line right underneath that body line. The bottom one, I don't know why, but I think I want to cut it at a slight angle. For whatever reason, I just think that's gonna work out better. I really hope so. I mean, worst case scenario, dude, if I screw this fender up, I mean, I'm practicing on this one first. I'm not doing both of them at the same time. If this works out, then I'll just copy the same procedure over to that one. If this doesn't work out, then I need to buy another fucking fender. What can I say? But yeah, dude, I'm gonna get to cutting. So wish me luck.
Yeah. Trice. Static selector.
Now this is the problem that I was worried about, and I knew I was gonna end up running into this, but if you look at this body gap, I know it's huge right now because we haven't actually lined this up for fitment, but watch what this does as I start to bend this in. That gap gets even bigger, and that's because when you look at the fender straight on, this is a straight line, okay? But because it has these body lines right here, if you were to look at it from this direction, that would not be a straight line. It would actually have that shape to it. So whenever you go to bend this in, now you are exposing that shape that's on this side, and it's opening this gap up basically. I don't know exactly how to word that, but I mean, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. Whenever we bend this in, there's nothing that we're gonna be able to do to avoid that gap from opening up. All right, well, I'm going with a completely different method. Holy crap, bro. What have I done? No, I'm just kidding. I actually like the direction that this is going. So basically like the first method with the cut on the top and the bottom, except for instead of trying to bend it, I went ahead and sheared this piece completely off. So now what I'm gonna do is this section that we cut off will actually fit right inside of here and set it up flush against there. Okay. You want it to touch right here, obviously. And then, dude, that actually looks really freaking good. I don't know if you guys can tell from this angle, but that really does look pretty sweet, dude. So what I need to do right now is obviously the top here and the bottom down here, I need to trim it so that it's flush all the way along. And I'm gonna go over all these edges with a grinder on the fender and on this piece. Just kind of clean everything up and try to get it to fit right there the best that I can so that we can go ahead and tack it in. All right, now check this thing out. There's like one position, you gotta get it right there, and it fits perfect. Right there, dude. Nice even seam all the way from top to bottom. All right, dude, I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind some more of this paint off on both sections and then see if we can't get this tacked up now. Alright guys, I just took a really quick YouTube class on how to weld sheet metal with a Harbor Freight welder. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys, I haven't done a whole lot of welding, man. I mean, I've done a little bit here and there, mostly with like angle iron, like real thick steel that, you know, it's not so easy to just burn through. Especially with something like this that I want, my end goal is to actually look good. You know, this is a body part, so I don't know. My setup here is a Harbor Freight welder, dude. I've had this thing sitting around for a while. This is gonna be the first time that I've actually used it on a channel. I've used it for a few other things, like, well, this isn't the exact one that I used, but I used one similar to it for welding up all the holes in the engine bay when I shaved it. But yeah, dude, from my understanding, it's a lot more difficult to get clean welds with this welder for whatever reason. But basically what we're going to be doing here is just tack welds. I'm going to try to get this to where it stays on here strong enough that I can untape it and not have to worry about moving it around until we get these little wedge pieces all finished. And then hopefully I'm going to be able to just take the fender off and do all my final welding on the back side so that I don't have too much to clean up on the front side. So with all that being said, man, I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod and give this a shot, dude. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't expect it to come out looking very good. No, I mean, I guess I'm just tacking it on there, so there ain't too much to really expect. So wish me luck, dude, for real.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to love you every day. I'd like to love you. I'd like to love you. If I may. I'd like to love you.
I got a little bit carried away. I welded the entire seam top to bottom, in which I didn't plan on doing, but I like I said, I got carried away. Oh, my electric just shut off. Alright, so this is what I got so far. I know it's not the prettiest weld, and I warned you guys in the beginning that I wasn't a welder, but it is penetrated. Now you have to remember, this is a Harbor Freight welder, you know what I'm saying? And this is really thin sheet metal. So I did burn through a little bit right here, but that's fine. I'll fix that once we turn around the other side. All of this is gonna get grind down. Now we're gonna make some little wedge pieces. I got a piece of sheet metal here. I gotta kind of hold it up here and mark, you know, what size it needs to be. And what we'll do is just kind of cut out little wedges to fit in there. And we'll more than likely have to kind of hold it up here, trim a little bit, hold it up here till we get it right, you know what I'm saying, for this section and for the top section up here. Alrighty, we have lost daylight. Yep. Anyhow, this is what I got so far, guys. Here's the bottom section. And my bird shit welds. I think I keep talking shit about my welds because I feel like you guys are going to roast me about them. So, to feel better about myself, I'm talking shit about them myself. There's the top section. The bottom section. Everything is basically just you know, this isn't the finalized weld. So now our next step is we need to get this thing pulled off the car now so that I can get it up somewhere and weld it from the backside, bro.
Up out here on my one.
Here's the fender off the car so that you can get a much better look at what we got going on. I know it really does look like hell right now, but dude, I'm actually really excited for how this is coming out, man. Like, this is honestly my first time doing some metal work like this. I mean, and here on the back side, there's that lip that I was telling you about earlier that I didn't want to cut through, so that does still add, you know, it keeps that extra bit of strength right there, which I think is really good in this case, especially with how flimsy these Honda fenders are. Another thing that I really like about the way that we're doing this is we are also retaining that body line. It's still following through. I've seen a lot of people cut this section out, and whenever you end up fabricating this heat escape out of complete new metal right here, you lose that body line, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I'm excited to see how this turns out when it's all done, to actually see that body line follow through into it still. I just think it's gonna make it look like that much more of a quality piece, you know? So, by the way, I threw some old blankets over the hatch because I'm about ready to be throwing sparks all over the place, man, and I don't want it landing on my paint. Here's the back side. This is where I've got to try to get down in here and actually put some good welds to hold all this together. I still got a little bit of trimming I got to do right there. I got to really suck this up before I start tacking it in. I got to get that tacked all down inside of there, which will probably be the most difficult part across this lip right here, which is good. I'm glad that I have this kind of overlapping a little bit. It gives me something to really weld to. And then right there, that should be a pretty simple place to weld as well. I'm just gonna give it my best, dude. Try to get this thing all welded up so we can flip it over and start grinding down that bird shit looking welds on the other side. Dude, I feel really good about this. I do, man. I really do like the way this is coming out. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous about doing this myself because I've never, like I mentioned, dude, I've never done anything like this. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out.
I really get to clicking, but I'm looking for a sister to the bottom when kissing. If you want some love, just let me know.
Alright guys, well there it is, dude. What is up, man? I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks freaking badass, dude. Most certainly let me know what it is you guys think in the comments below. But I know what you guys are waiting for, man. Everybody who ordered a sticker, dude, all of you, your guys' name is written on a little piece of paper inside of this fishbowl. What we're gonna do for starters is Raven's gonna choose a name, and I'm gonna choose a name. So, no, only one. Okay, now him and I both have a name, so we are gonna compete in a game of tic-tac-toe. I know, right? Tic-tac-toe. No, it's extreme.
tic-tac-toe.
Dude, I was gonna do paper, rock, scissors, but it's like nobody in this house is capable of shooting at the exact same time. Nobody in this house can do it. All right, so my name goes right here. Braven, place your name on the board. And let the games begin. And I'm sorry, brother, but I'm going first because it's my garage. And I'm exit. So,
Darn it.
what did you do that for?
Because this.
Man! Boy, you suck at tic-tac-toe. You're gonna have whoever that is pissed off. It's alright, we're not gonna show who you just burned, bro. But who's our winner, man? On Wednesday, May 23rd, Brian Edwards ordered one white DBFAM EF hatch sticker for a grand total of $10. And brother, you are getting yourself a set of 82 millimeter CTR pistons. And I'll be shipping these off to Florida, where you live. And I hope that you're gonna be able to use them. If you can't use them, then of course, brother, sell them, make some money. But if you are using them, please make sure that you are on the Built Not Bought fam. Come join us on Facebook, and I wanna see what you're throwing these in. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you're not already, you know what I mean? EDL guys, that's it. That's all I got for this video. We got the one fender all finished up. I'm thinking, since I only did the one fender and it wasn't really like all that detailed of a DIY, let me know. Like, I need to hear from you guys. Let me know if with the other fender, if you want me to do like a full-blown beginning to end, like detailed, like do it yourself, you know what I mean, with measurements and everything, so that you guys can get a better understanding of how to do this yourself, basically. Fuck, I'm just rambling. But yeah, let me know, guys. Please smash the like button if you like this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Say bye, Braven.
See you later. Peace.
You gotta hit the camera.
Oh, okay.
Good job. Good job. Good job. You suck at tic-tac-toe, but good job.
Thank you.